everyone. Welcome back to the Far Out Wisdom podcast. I want to read something that was posted on Facebook by Benjamin Boyce. Benjamin Boyce is a YouTuber. Great content. The guy, he just breaks everything down. He has, he talks about the current cultural war that's going on. He recently had Stephen Hicks on. Great YouTube channel. You guys should go check it out. But he posted something today that that made me think and come to the realization that having an open discussion on Facebook is basically dead in 2020. I'm going to read it right now from his post. So he said, "It was sometimes in 2016 that I realized that Facebook wasn't designed for political content. And then in 2017 that I couldn't actually express what I needed to on this site. So I migrated myself onto Twitter for networking and onto YouTube to process out loud what I had witnessed and needed to show the world. I'm wondering if I should maintain this quarantine between public and personal personas. I'm not sure it's worth doing anything approaching controversial on Facebook, as I believe it's pointless to argue on social media and only corrosive to use social media to argue with people you know in real life. The only upside is that it's enjoyable to state one's case in an adequately pithy manner, but elsewhere I have an audience form around me because of my opinions. Here through real life relations, ne'er the twain shall meet. What do you think?" And I commented, and he did a heart, and I said, "The evolution of ideas is non-existence here on the Facebook matrix. It's unfortunate since our entire human civilization is established on individuals who dare to dream, dare to think, and dare to challenge the status quo. Sadly, we have lost that drive in the digital agora. I stopped engaging and have since retreated to podcast form discussions, sharing with people who are willing to listen, which I'm doing with you guys right now." And he's talking about like two personas. So like Carl Jung talks about the shadow, the ego, and the persona that we put forth through to the world, and then who we really are is who we are at home. So I try to be like who I am at home outside as well, and it's really hard, transitioning from home life to public life. And that's what he's talking about. And like he mentioned, you really can't have a conversation with your family about, discussions like that. You can't really be friends with people who is willing to engage in different ideas. And just like I have mentioned before in my previous podcast. And Facebook now is just consisted of shit posting. Not even that. Even then, you can't even have a sense of humor without you getting a 3-day ban or a 2-week ban, or you get flagged for like little things, and it's dead. Even Reddit is starting. It's like this this political correctness bullshit is starting to leak into the culture, and it's starting to infect everything. You can't really make a fucking joke about nothing anymore. People are offended, and just like Benjamin, I know how he feels because I have a sense of humor, but at the same time, I'm into philosophy and politics because it's always, you talk about philosophy, of course, it's going to mix. And I have questions that I want to be answered, but at the same time, it's just like, everything is so dogmatized. And I started to feel like that probably around 2008-ish. That's when I started to notice, because I started to get into philosophy at a young age. So politics, like I said, I mentioned, I got into politics at 15. And then I started to my ideas started to come out a little bit when I was 17. And then when I went to college, that's when I started to notice the dogma, it's the dogma. And I'm going to fucking say this out loud and very firmly and aggressively. There's no place, dogma does not belong in philosophy. Dogma doesn't belong in science, and dogma does not belong in academia. Academia is a place where you need to debate ideas. You go in and have your ideas challenged. And Facebook is not getting that. And of course, that's not Facebook's duty. But Facebook is a platform for human interaction. And for human interaction to happen, we need ideas to happen. And so for ideas to flourish and bloom, we need diversity of ideas. And Facebook is not doing that. To me, it's destroying it. The natural human ability to think, the human's ability to think about, to ask questions about being. And it's not happening on Facebook, and everybody's getting fucking flagged. Nobody wants it. Just, you feel like an outcast, and just like I mentioned, you feel far out. And the people who used to think like me are non-existent. Like I said, they moved to the far left of the political spectrum, and they're almost gone. And yeah, I wanted to share with you guys today, and that was, it's really sad to see the pollution, the deterioration, the approach to philosophy, science, academia, as it has been institutionalized, and that's unfortunate. And it's really fucking up our generation, our youth, and we depend on our youth. They are our future, and I know that sounds cliche, but it's the truth. And we're not going to evolve. The evolution of ideas is on a stall, and it's becoming a fucking problem. But like I said, it depends on the far out people. We don't need universities. We don't need to challenge, ideas at universities, the public, at universities environment. We can challenge it online or in person. It doesn't have to be on Facebook. It doesn't have to be on Reddit or anything like that. So we have to remember that these popular social media platforms are a company that wants to make money. And so I hope something like a new enlightenment will come along without the need of social media. As always, guys, stay far out. Bye.